Okay, I actually, if my camera would focus, this is the first time I've ever recorded a knitting help video, so it'll be interesting to see how it works out. Okay, so somebody on Reddit asked, I don't remember the username, I'm sorry, but they asked how to change colors. And I was trying to explain how I wrap the yarn along when I first knit a Harry Potter scarf. So with a Harry Potter scarf, you would have one block of color and then a block of color above it. When I'm knitting the block of color above it, I still have all this leftover yarn. So what I do is I carry the leftover yarn along the second invisible block that we have here. But first, I mean, you have to join it, but I will show you how to carry the yarn along. That's how I do it anyway. Okay. So we have this light green yarn and this dark green yarn. I don't know if you can tell it's green. It probably looks blue, but yeah, it's light green and dark green. The quick, easy, dirty way to do it is take your yarn, just like strand of yarn, and just, so this is your yarn, and just, fold it in half. And then you have like a little loop that you're holding together with your fingers. And just knit that in to your scarf. The way I do it, I find that it keeps the fabric a little bit tighter, is to make a slip knot. If you don't know how, they're really easy. You fold the yarn in half, take your fingers, twist the knot, and then grab, okay, so if you twist it this way, you grab a little bit of the yarn like that, and then pull. So I'll do it again for you if you want. They're really easy to get undone as well. Boop. So you grab the yarn, twist it, take a little bit of this leftover yarn, pinch it, hold both strings with your other hand, and pull. And then you have a slip knot. And you can make it shorter as you need it. Just make sure that, you tug and it gets nice and tight. So that's the way that I do it. I don't know if you're not supposed to do it that way. But it still does leave an end. If you don't know how to weave an end, it's really easy. I'm sure you can find a video on that. I'm positive you can. It's just I haven't seen this video. Okay, so the way that I join yarn is I just would put my needle through here and then knit that loop off and then take the long tail, take the long tail of the yarn and then knit in like normal. So from there, you're just knitting in like you would normally. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not knitting through the back loop, which you'll learn later. It's a fun technique. If you've ever knit a pair of Cookie A's socks, I'm sure other viewers will know who that is. She's one of my favorite sock designers, and she uses knit through the back loop all the time. Here, maybe you can see it better that way. So I'm just going to knit through. Wow, this video is 3 minutes long. Okay, so you knit through, and then when you want to switch yarn, I'm just going to knit back this way. Garter stitch is always so slow for me. But when I knit back to the other end, the way that I keep the yarn from being all floppy on the side while I'm carrying it along, and to keep weird wave patterns and to really save yourself from having to weave in 1,000 ends, because that will happen on scarves, especially colorwork scarves that aren't double knit, which is really hard and I don't know how to do it. The way that I switch colors, oh, excuse me, the way that was my phone buzzing, I don't know if you heard that. The way that I switch colors, not switch, but carry the yarn along, is that it will make a twist in between your two balls of yarn, but it's really not that annoying, and if you're ever going to do color work again, it'll be something you get used to. But something I do is, you see how I have both colors of yarn here? I picked both of them up before I knit into my first stitch. So what I do is, don't knit both of them, but wrap your yarn around the color, see that wrap? Wrap your yarn around the color that you're not using, and then continue to knit like normal. So that will keep your yarn from hanging on the side like this. Keep your yarn from hanging like that. And it will leave a little, see that little green loop right there? It will leave a little loop. Let me see if you can see it better. It will leave a little tiny loop. See how like the green carries through. But with plotter scarves, they're easy to hide. They're easy to ignore. And some people I know will take a crochet hook and crochet their ends in on either side to make it look like that. I've seen that done before with you know, beginner Harry Potter scarves. If you don't like the way that looks, you know, you get through your first block, just rip it back, and you know, it won't be that hard to correct. But I find it's really easy, and I hope that you have fun knitting. Knit on.